In this session, we are going to learn the properties of the operation of integers. So, let us focus on integers and their properties. As we know that the set of numbers including the positive and negative counting numbers and 0 is the collection of numbers which is integer. Negative integers are there and positive integers are there. When these two sets and 0 will include, the collection is known as integers denoted by I or Z, or we write in this form the collection of integers. So this is the representation of set of integers. Z is equals to. Now, properties of operations on integers. So, what are these properties? Let's have a look. Closure property, commutative property, associative property, identity, inverse, and distributive properties. So, these all properties we are going to learn briefly. So let's start one by one. First of all, the closure property. When an integer added with an integer, what the result will be? That is an integer. Let's take 1, 2. Both are the integers. When 1 and 2 are added, we get 3. This 3 is also an integer. Similarly, when we subtract two integers, or we can say we add two integers 7 and minus 5, we get 7 minus 5 is 2. So this 2 is also an integer. So what we are getting here, this is the closure property of integer addition, that the two integers are added and subtracted, we get result is also an integer. This happens with multiplication also. If we have two integers 2 and 4, the multiplication of that two integers is 8. 8 is an integer. Now, here we can say closure property says that if we have the two integers a and b, so we get a plus b, that means addition of the two integers, a minus b, subtraction of two integers, and multiplication of two integers is also an integer. Commutative property. Let's observe this picture. 4 apples and 2 green apples. Total number of apples are 4. Now let's have a look. Another image. 2 green apples, 4 red apples added and gives 6 apples in total. Now, the main difference between these two images, the way of writing, the numbers, the position of the integers 4, 2. In this 4 plus 2, and here it is written in the second picture 2 plus 4, but still the result, that is addition, is 6. So here we can say 4 plus 2 or 2 plus 4, both are equal. In the same way, we observe in the multiplication also, as we have 3 rows of 4 dots, so we write 3 into 4, that is equals to 12. Also, if we have 4 rows of 3 dots, that means 4 rows multiply 3 dots, that is 12 dots. In both the ways, here as we are writing 3 multiply 4, and here in this we write 4 into 3. So 3 into 4 and 4 into 3 both gives product 12. So here also we can say both are equal. What? 3 into 4 and 4 into 3. So we can say about the commutative property is that if we have the two integers a and b, so we get a plus b is equals to b plus a, and in the multiplication process a into b is equals to b into a, and in addition a plus b is equals to b plus a. So here commutative property says if we have two integers a and b, so a plus b is equals to b plus a. Here this sign is equal to, okay, and a into b is equals to b into a, and a and b are integers, of course. Now the next property is associative property. Now this property follows for addition as well as multiplication, and what says that if we have the three integers a, b and c, so the three integers what we are taking, the way of addition is different, but the addition answer is same in both ways. Similarly in the product case also, when we multiply three integers in different ways, still we get the product is same. Let's have a look with an example. If we have the three integers 2, 3 and 4, so when we take 2 and 3, add first 2 plus 3, that is equals to 5, okay, and when 5 added with 4 we get 9. Similarly if we add 3 and 4 first, so what will be result? 7, and 2 plus 7 gives 9. Now here the important thing is the way of addition, that means process of addition of the numbers is different, but still the addition is same 9. That we can say 2 plus 3 then plus 4 is equals to 2 plus 3 plus 4 are same. In multiplication cases 2, 3 and 4 are 3 integers, so 2 multiply 3, that means here we find the product 2 into 3 is 6, and then 6 multiplied by 4 we get 6 4s are 24. Similarly in the second way 3 and 4 multiplied first, so we get 3 into 4, 3 4s are 12, and this 12 multiplied by 2 we get 24. Now here again what we are observing here, that the way of doing the product is different, but the product is same in both the ways. So here again we can say 2 into 3 multiply 4 is equals to 2 multiply 3 into 4. These two are same. So associative property for addition says a plus b plus c is equals to a plus b plus c, and for multiplication ab multiply c is equals to a multiply bc. Now the next is identity property. Now again we are taking the two operations, addition and multiplication. So tell me, if we add something to any number and if we want to get the addition is the same number, so what will happen? For example, if I want to add something with 2 and I get same number 2, so what I have to add in number 2? Nothing. I don't need to add anything. That means I am adding 0, so 2 plus 0, that is equals to 2. 13 plus 0 is 13, and minus 7 plus 0 is minus 7. So here what we are getting, 0 is the identity element of addition. By adding 0 to any number we get the same number, or we can say the original number. Similarly in multiplication case also, when we multiply any number and we want to get back the same number, so what we have to multiply, as we know that 4 ones are 4, 5 twos are 10, but we have to get same number. If we are taking 4, we have to get the same number 4. So how we can get 4 multiplied by 1, 4. If integer is taken minus 6, so minus 6 into 1, same integer minus 6 I am getting here. So what we are observing that minus 6 multiplied by 1 gives minus 6 and 4 multiplied by 1 gives 1. So this 1 is nothing but the multiplicative identity. So here 1 is the identity element of multiplication. We can say 1 is the multiplicative identity and 0 is the additive identity. Next property, that same identity says if a is any integer, then a plus 0 is a and a into 1 is a. Now inverse, let's talk about the inverse property. So the additive inverse property tells us to simplify, take a number, add its opposite. Suppose if I have the number 2, I want to add something with this 2 to get back additive identity. As we know that additive identity is 0. So what we have to add with this 2? Nothing but minus 2. That means if we have a number 6, what I have to add, what we have to add in this 6? Minus 6. Then only we get the additive identity 0. So this minus 6 here is additive inverse. By adding this, we get additive identity. So minus 6 here, additive inverse of 6. Same follows with multiplication also. That 5 is an integer and multiplicative identity is 1. So what we have to multiply with this 5 to get multiplicative identity 1? So what we have to multiply? 1 upon 5. So here 5 upon 5, in the next step what we get? 5 upon 5, and 5 and 5 both will be divisible by 5. So finally we get the multiplicative identity 1 here. So this 1 by 5 is the multiplicative inverse of 5, or we can say 5 is multiplicative inverse of 1 by 5. Both are multiplicative inverse of each other. So this inverse property says if we have any integer a, then a plus minus a is equals to 0 and a into 1 upon a is equals to 1. So here this minus a is multiplicative inverse of a, or we can say this a is multiplicative inverse of minus a, sorry, additive inverse. A is additive inverse of minus a and this minus a is additive inverse of a. In the multiplication case, a is multiplicative inverse of 1 upon a and this 1 upon a is multiplicative inverse of a. So in both when we are taking the addition operation and when we are taking the multiplication operation, the integers a and minus a, in this a and minus a are known as the additive inverse of each other, and a and 1 upon a known as multiplicative inverse of each other. Now next property says distributive property. As we have learned this property in the previous class, that if we have to multiply with the sum of the two numbers, so in which way we have to do this? As a multiply b plus c, so this a multiplied by b and same this a multiplied by c also. So what we have to write? ab plus ac. In the same way, d multiplied e minus f, so what? d multiplied by e and d is also multiplied by f, so we get de minus df. Let us take this by an example. If we have the numbers 2, 3 and 4 are integers, and we solve it as 2 into 3 plus 4. So first of all we solve it 3 plus 4, that is 7. So 2 into 7 is 14. Now another way we can do it as 2 multiplied by 3 plus 2 multiplied by 4. So in this case we get 6 plus 8 is 14. So here same answer I am getting here, 14. So what we can write, that 2 into 3 plus 4 is nothing but 2 into 3 plus 2 into 4. Same follows with minus sign also. So if we have 2 and 3 minus 4 is there, so what we have to do, first we have to multiply 2 with 3 and again 2 multiplied by 4, but the sign between them, both the terms is minus. So what we will get here, in this way we write it as 2 into 3 minus 4 is nothing but 2 into 3 minus 2 into 4. Okay. So this way we have to remember the properties: closure property, associative property, identity, commutative property, distributive property, and inverse.